Hello fellow cinephysiasts, my name is Christina and welcome to another Let's Get Reelz movie review. Today is Classic Movie Thursdays here on my channel, my version of Throwback Thursdays, and look who I have again. Woo! As always, I think you should just be my co-host.
I should.
It's probably just gonna happen eventually. So today we are reviewing the Marilyn Monroe movie,
Don't Bother to Knock.
Yes, which is one of our favorite Marilyn Monroe movies, and one that we both believe is absolutely highly underrated.
God, it's so underrated.
Yeah, and it's actually a more serious role. It's a drama, and it's not like what you would think with Marilyn Monroe drama.
Not at all.
No.
Because she's not the ditzy, blonde, dumb blonde.
Mm-hmm. And
character.
even in like Bus Stop, she was still like that. In Niagara, she was still kind of like that, you know. And like in this one, first of all, it's in black and white, and you know the tone
She's got
of
like no makeup.
Yeah,
She just looks completely different than what she normally would look. She's all covered up. She's got a pretty normal dress on.
Yeah,
Nothing outrageously fancy.
Honestly, I think she looks so beautiful in this movie too.
She's gorgeous.
Yeah, you know, she was a good-looking woman. She didn't need all that makeup on her at all. And actually, you know what? Before we get into all this stuff, let's explain the plot of it.
Okay.
The plot of Don't Bother to Knock is this girl, Nell, her uncle, Eddie, is an elevator operator at a hotel, and he brings her to the hotel to watch a little girl. Yeah. And things go well for a while, and then the other part of the plot is this guy Jed, who is a pilot, comes to the hotel to see his girlfriend. He gets a letter from his girlfriend Lynn, who is played wonderfully and to perfection and awesomeness by Anne Bancroft, a very young Anne Bancroft. And he wants to see what's going on. She kind of doesn't like him anymore. So anyway, Jed is like across the way from Nell, and he sees her in...
Yeah, she's like trying on all the clothes for the woman that, the mother of the girl that she's watching. They went to some fancy dinner downstairs, and she's trying on all her like jewelry. She puts on her perfume behind her ears. She's got on her little negligee or whatever it's called. And he sees her just like playing it up and through the courtyard windows. And he calls her.
Yeah, and then like things kind of start to majorly go wrong. We find out like Nell had
a little mentally unstable.
Yeah, and because of her mental instability, things kind of fall apart for her, and the situation becomes like...
She starts to think she thinks Jed is this guy Philip that she was dating or whatever when he was in the war, and he ended up dying in the war, and that's kind of what threw her over the edge, and she's not fully over it. So she was thinking that, oh my god, this is Philip, he's back. So she went a little crazy.
Yeah, and Marilyn Monroe, I don't think you probably could have gotten anybody better for that at all. I don't think so. She was so good as Nell, and I think she was so good because it's a role you're not used to seeing her in.
Yeah, it's completely different than anything she's ever done. So just to see her in a very dramatic role was really, it was a pleasure to see her do that because you don't really ever get to see her do that ever.
So obviously, if you couldn't tell, I love Anne Bancroft. And
Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah, I like her in this movie too. But I originally watched Don't Bother to Knock because I love Anne Bancroft. I love that woman so much. This was one of the first Anne Bancroft films I think I saw outside of To Be or Not to Be, her version with her husband Mel Brooks, and Fatso, the movie that she wrote and had Dom DeLuise, and The Miracle Worker. I think everybody's seen her in The Miracle Worker.
Yes,
yeah,
I've seen that.
She was Anne Sullivan, and you know everybody knows her in that one. So this was actually pretty cool. This was, I believe, her first big film, and she was 22 years old, and she looked great. She looked fantastic. I was like, wow, Anne Bancroft. Whoa. Like, and then her acting was...
She's really good.
Oh my god. It was just...
She was really convincing and very, very good.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if it's because I've seen her in other roles, and, you know, I'm just, like, comparing to, like, when she was young, but I think even like, just watching her in one of her first roles, you can see that she was going somewhere, I think, because she was good.
She was good.
Yeah.
She can sing.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think she won, like, Tony Awards and everything
really?
like that. Yeah. She's an all-around great entertainer. Richard Widmark, I think I've only ever seen the guy in Murder on the Orient Express. So every time I see him, we were talking about this, and I'm like, every time I see him, all I think of is baby food. Like, 'cause that's one of his lines in Murder in the Orient Express. And that's, like, I just associate him with that now. I may have seen him in, like, 2 other movies here and there, but I can't think of it right now.
Yeah.
So he'll just always be the bad guy from Murder on the Orient Express for me.
Baby
food. So that was our review of Don't Bother to Knock. We really hope that you guys can find this movie and you can watch it.
Definitely.
Because it's just such a great movie all around.
Yeah.
Like, ignore the fact that Marilyn Monroe is, like, this huge icon.
Yes.
Like, definitely ignore that fact and just watch it as, like, any other actress.
Yeah.
You know, because it's not your typical Marilyn Monroe movie. And it's really not your typical, like, classic Hollywood kind of movie either.
It's only an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah.
It's very, very quick.
It's very quick.
But it's really entertaining.
Yeah. And it's, like, a totally different story compared to, like, most classic Hollywood movies. Like, you know, some of them dealt with, like, psychosis of after the war, mental illness. I mean, you have some great movies that deal with that were made in the 40s and everything, but this one's just a little bit different. And the plot is really good. The whole story, everybody's acting is, like, so spot on. It's fantastic. So definitely see Don't Bother to Knock. If you guys just love movies in general, I think you'll really like this, let alone if you love Marilyn Monroe, or if you just
like Marilyn Monroe at all, watch her in this, because it's totally worth it.
Yeah, definitely. It's great. Like, I find myself thinking about it sometimes. Like, even if I'm just looking at pictures of, like, some of her other movies, I'm like, Don't Bother to Knock was really good. I haven't seen that.
Good.
Yeah.
Like, the only character that I can think of that's, like, even comes remotely close to it is in Niagara.
Yeah.
Because she's a little crazy in Niagara, but she just plays, like, a very well convincing mentally unstable person.
Yeah.
Who's, like, going through her own version of post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yeah.
So.
Definitely, absolutely. I mean, I think that, like, was a perfect summary of her character and why you guys should go watch it. And if you liked our review in any way, give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below if you have seen this. Please let Kimi know if you are a massive Marilyn Monroe fan, a true Marilyn Monroe fan, because yeah, this crazy bugger is, and she really just loves Marilyn Monroe as an actress. So leave that down below. And, you know, I would love to discuss this. I'll pass anything on you guys have to say to Kimi. And if you have other movie suggestions, also let me know in the comments. They can be classic movies for other Classic Movie Thursdays, or they could just be any movie you want. If there's a movie you think both of us should watch together, let us know, because
we'll watch it.
Well, yeah, we definitely will.
We'll watch it.
And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for future classic movie reviews and other movie reviews. And as always, keep watching movies and stay absolutely fabulous.